On selftreat.com, with the emotional self-treatment, we will exchange impressions, feelings, stories. We will discharge all our negativity, our pain, our sorrows, all our difficulties we face now. Our discussion is private. Self-treat gives us the autonomy to treat ourselves exactly at the moment we need it the most, immediately. It is recommended to begin a self-treatment as soon as we feel bad, or begin to argue with someone, or feel anger growing or depression takes place. Just stop everything and begin to self-treat, to get balanced and continue calmly the discussion and have a happy day. We can do as much treatment as we need. It is safe, and we will find only benefit to discharge what is bothering us. We are free to stop at any step, and we can manage the flow in a way we feel we express the most meaningful and painful events and unload the sadness and pain that is inside of us. This is the place we can tell safely everything, anything we would have never tell to someone else. Here, no one will know, no one will judge, no one will argue. It is our place, our true world, our true internal world we are discovering. We should not be afraid of our words. It is usually not really our words and thought. We will discover that we downloaded them and we always thought it was ours. We need to discover, to touch it, to reveal it, to know how we learned to be like that, and decide how we want from now on to be. We give ourselves the place we never got before, the full and unconditional trust we never received before. We will give now ourselves the place we never got before, the full and unconditional trust we never received before, the confidence we know what we want in our life, the place we can stop to play a role, do and say what others think and what others want to hear. From that point and the understanding of the origin of those negative situations, we will create our personal approach and choose our way. So how? Just be true. We will be ourselves, express all what we feel. We will use the words that speaks the most to us. There is no prohibition. Everything can be said, even against parents, against society, governmental laws, against religion or God. For example, God is good, peace, and love. If we see him cruel or disconnected, it means that we have learned concepts that are not the right ones, not the right way to see, usually because in our family there was disconnections, or we felt life is cruel, or we learned people are cruel. It is important to relieve those false beliefs, to identify them. It will help us live in the same world but with another vision that makes life easier and receivable. Our goal? To be one. Mind, heart, feelings, body should be one. Therefore, we will express all what each of them have to tell us, feels, the pain, the anger, the body language, without any barrier. And until we have no more words to say, no more anger, expressing all problems, all negativity we encounter in our life today or during the last weeks, while understanding why do we act or feel in a way, we attract those events, those conflicts, from where it may come. As we were a child, we will reveal the true vision and relieve the feelings that ruin our life today. If anger grows, it means that we are in the right place. Yes, we need to go until the end of our anger, usually the anger of the parents, and express it to find peace and real solution. Our goal is to find our false belief, behavior, inversions that cause our outside world to act this way and to be perceived this way. The world around will immediately change as soon as we will identify the wrong approach that we have. What is a false belief? A false belief may be, for example, that happiness or true love do not exist, or that I am a cruel person. However, after we will deepen, we will find it was our mother's thought or someone else's behavior and belief. A false vision may be, for example, to believe that happiness is being without child, with silent, until we will discover that it was our parents' belief and behavior with us, and children are in fact so important and joy in our life. Or another example, that the government is bad and dangerous, and then you will discover that something in your childhood was bad and dangerous, like a teacher or a parent, and this fear will stay in us until the truth will be discovered. What if we prefer to ignore everything and all those problems and say everything is positive, everything is okay? Then, very simply, we will continue to suffer this way and it will even get worse. So, how can I influence people? Yes, we can influence people by changing the way we communicate, think, love ourselves. People will sense us totally differently. For example, if we learn to behave in our family with strength game type relationship, like one succeeds and the other is the loser, one is hard and imposing and the other is obedient, we learn to act the same way today. And we also suffered from this as a child, being oppressed. And we suffer today from this because people are rejecting us today as an adult, because no one wants to be oppressed by us. And we do not like to be oppressed by others. A win-win relationship will revolutionize our relationship with others. We would feel accepted and get accepted. We have to identify why we have this attitude today, from where we learned it, usually from our family, when and why we suffered from it, and express this pain. Then, by consciously refuse this mode of functioning again, identify this dysfunction that until now we accepted as normal with the child eyes, like an autopilot. Therefore, the self-treatment is a personal research, an exceptional moment. We are together with ourselves 100%, expressing all negative feelings, expressing the fears, critics against others, unfair situations, critics or incomprehensions against government, God, and also against ourselves, what we would like to change in our life. Concentrate on now, to express the feeling inside now. Most of our inversions, false belief, come from our parents, behavior in the family or social group false belief. We are here to find our true belief that can be different from the belief of someone else. By finding our true belief, we will find peace with others, acceptation of ourselves and by others, internal peace, and tolerance to others that think differently. Express anything that is emerging from your mind or from the inside. No need to push or force the search. Only feel and express what is coming and raising up. Everything is good to express, even if you think it is not relevant, not related. It may be very relevant for the global story to identify the function and the dysfunction more accurately. Feel free to continue what you have on your mind until you feel you expressed all you wanted. Even if the system already continue further, you can manage the flow the way you feel is right for you, and the system will follow you and help you understanding the message. It is like a puzzle where several aspects of our life are giving the whole picture of the dysfunction. So anything that happened latterly is important to express verbally and may help to find the main issue, origin, and solution. Expressing verbally violence, for example, also help reduce violence inside of us. Understanding the origin of the violence will totally neutralize it forever. Usually it is related to the violence we were victim of, maybe in the Bailey as a child. For any problem in our life, we are our solution, no one else. Be ready to find your own false visions. A baby is perfect, loving, ready to accept anything to get loved. Therefore, our false beliefs are usually coming from our family, our mother, our social environment, and we suffer from it. We had no choice as a baby to decide differently. But today, we can consciously identify the malfunction. We need to do this reverse process to find the truth and our true way. So, after expressing feelings, we will search in our family, history, childhood, and then in ourselves this origin. Most popular dysfunctions come from the belly period, when child thought and the mother thought are one. If the thought was good, we won. If the thought was bad, we will perceive this bad as our hour, or feel always in opposition with ourselves until we identify this duality and its origin, until we can separate our thought from the mother thought and accept to be different to what our parents thought and wanted. Sometimes, if we feel like a monster, for example, it is because someone was a monster with us. Usually, one parent or we download their own thought about themselves. The solution? Understanding it is not ours. It was their point of view, their thought, their wish, and we have the right to disagree today, to take a different path, to think differently, to see what they see as bad, good, and what they saw good as bad. As a result of the self treatment, we will have the possibility to choose consciously what is good for us. Until now, most of our vision comes from family or belly thought we downloaded as ours without any choice, and we suffer from that until now. Depression, anger, violence, sadness, problem with our children, hyperactivity, all of this is an historical and generation legacy of thousands of years that today with self-tweet we will help you to identify the unconscious learned habits and choose your true beliefs, the right behavior to change your world to be the best and successful world you ever dreamed about ever.